Hey guys! So today I wanted to do a brow tutorial. I have been enjoying some of Anastasia's products and they have been working really well for me. And I wanted to do this tutorial because Anastasia products have become more popular recently and I feel like it could be a little overwhelming to decide which product you want to purchase if you haven't purchased any already. They aren't the most affordable products, so I wanted to just go over the 3 different items that I've been using and what's been working for me, and hopefully that could help you decide what product you would like to try. So let's just get right into it. So the first product that I'm going to be using is the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo, and this is in medium brown and it's packaged like this. You want the lighter color on the inner part of the brow, and then you want it to gradually get darker as you get to the tail end of the brow, and it just helps it to look more natural and not so harsh. So the powder duos are very good because they have both the lighter and the darker shade. So with these products I like to use the MAC 266 brush. Whenever I start off my brows, I like to put a wax on my brows, and this just helps everything kind of stay put, and it just helps the application go on a lot easier. And the one I like to use is NYX Eyebrow Shaper. I just take this and I just run it. It's clear, so you're not going to see it, but you just run it over your brows. Okay, now for the brow powder, I'm going to take the darker end first. So if you can see, I'm taking some of that darker end first. I start kind of up here at the arch, and I just start following my natural shape that I have to it. And there are areas that I need to fake a little bit because, you know, nobody's eyebrows are perfect. Everybody's eyebrows are very different, and you just have to figure out how you want your brow shaped and what suits you better. Now I'm going to take the lighter shade with the same brush, and then I'm just going to start bringing this in. And if you could see my brow, it has like a little arch there, and then it goes down and then it goes up. It's very odd. So I just take that and I just put a line going upward just to kind of fill that in and make it appear that it's just a natural arch. And just start filling in and connecting it toward the back area that you did. Then this bottom bit right here, I just take this and just softly fill it in. You don't want anything harsh in the front area at all. You want to be very careful. And what I do is I kind of create a line down here, and I kind of just start flicking it upward. Once I get that done, I take just any spoolie, and I'm just going to use the back of the Brow Wiz, and I'm just going to lightly just brush it out. You don't want to go in there and move the product around, but you want to brush it out, and this is going to make it appear even more natural. So if you can see the difference between this brow and this brow, it still looks very natural. It doesn't look like I even put product on it. Out of the 3 that I'm using, this product is going to be the one that looks the most natural and the one that I would recommend for beginners. So next I'm going to be using the Brow Wiz, and this one I feel like you could define your eyebrows a lot more with this one. So once again, I like to start at the arch up here. You could start wherever you like, but I just like to start up here, and I just start defining my brow. And you want to use kind of a heavy hand back toward the end, and then as you work your way forward, you want to start using a lighter hand because you want it to be a lot lighter in the front. And then as you get here to the front, you could just lightly flick up. And then I kind of even bring this part up here just a little bit in. And it looks a little bit harsh, but when we go back in with the brush, it's kind of going to even everything out. I'm going to turn it around and use the spoolie to kind of comb everything out. So yeah, that's how that one looks after I added that brow wiz. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia pomade now for this eyebrow over here. And I absolutely love these pomades. They're my favorite out of the 3 products. And I have the color Chocolate. And then I also have the color Blonde, which I just picked up not too long ago. You could see I barely started using that. But what I do is I combine the two, kind of like the duo. You see, it's kind of like that concept. So I use the darker for the outer part, and then I use the lighter shade for the inner part of the eyebrow. So I picked up 2 pomades so that I could do that. I was first using just the chocolate and it was working pretty well. I was just using a lighter hand in the inner area of the brow, but then I picked up the blonde and I used that for the inner part, and it looks really good together. So these two together I've been really liking. So let's go in and let me show you how I apply this product. Well, this one is my more difficult brow because of this front area. I almost have no hair in that front area, so I have to fake it a little bit more. And then back here, I don't have much hair in this arch right here, so I also have to fake that arch. And you barely have to tap your brush into the pomade because a little goes a very, very long way. So you don't want to just dip your brush in there. You just have to dab it just a little bit. So I first start off with that arch right there, and then I kind of start dragging it down. So you already see how I'm doing that arch right there. Okay, so that is the outer part. Now I'm gonna take the blonde pomade, like I said, just slightly dip it in there. And you see how the arch over here, there's an arch over here and then it goes inward and then down. That's really bad. So I'm gonna start to fake a line right here. So I just lightly start connecting a line toward the arch that I just made and bring it in very, very light-handedly. And I do the same down here. I kind of follow the natural lines that I have, and then I just kind of fake a line and start flicking upward to connect to the line that I just did up at the top. I also will put a little line right here and then kind of with my finger kind of blend it quickly in, and it just makes it look a lot more natural. I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to lightly brush everything in. So that it all blends nicely together. Now, when I want a really defined brow, I take a concealer and I clean up the outer edges of the eye. I'm just going to dab a little bit behind my hand. Then I'm going to take this Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush, and it looks like this. And I'm just going to dab the brush into the product just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in and clean up and sharpen up the lines that I just created. Going in again with the spoolie. Now when you're done filling in your brows, you want to set them. If you have problematic eyebrows and you really want your eyebrows to stay in place, I would recommend the Anastasia brow gels. My eyebrows aren't too crazy, so I personally don't really need it. So I just use a Maybelline. It's like clear, like a mascara. I just apply a light coat and with the light hand because you don't want to move everything around. And that just kind of helps everything kind of set in place. This one's a little more defined than this one. If I were to have just left the powder on this eyebrow, you would have seen a lot more of a difference. But since I went back with the Brow Wiz and kind of defined it a little more, you can't see too much of a difference. But this one is a little more defined. I feel like these three products are very, very good. I would purchase the Pomade and the Brow Wiz again. I'm not sure if I would repurchase this only because I don't think it's a wow factor for me. It's a good eyebrow duo, but I don't feel like it's a wow factor for the price. So that is how I fill in my brows. And let me finish my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back, and as you can see, once you put the rest of your makeup on, your eyebrows blend in. I feel like if I had this makeup on and I didn't have my eyebrows filled in at all, it would be very bizarre and awkward and it just wouldn't look good together. So if you do not fill in your eyebrows, I highly recommend it. If you do fill in your eyebrows and you're looking for some new products, I really recommend the Anastasia products. Whether you want the duo powder for more of a natural look, or if you want the Brow Wiz or the Pomade for more defined, intense looks, I feel like all the products are amazing. Like I mentioned, the only product I probably wouldn't repurchase are the brow powder duos, only because they're kind of expensive for what they are. I could easily go to a drugstore and look for a matte eyeshadow and just use that to fill in my brow. So I do feel like the Pomade and the Brow Wiz are a little expensive, but they are very much worth it. And especially with the Pomade, I feel like it will last a very long time. I hope this video was very useful to you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments bar below. And thank you for watching. Bye guys.